Alright, and we're back with more of that Star Ocean greatness. Anyway, so I just finished up a bunch of grinding. I will show off where I'm at right now. Got the characters up a bit in level. I got a lot of skills learned, a lot of specialties learned, and upgraded. In fact, I can upgrade another one to max. I don't think I need excavation to max right now, but I will get cooking to max level. Then I will gradually get excavation, fishing, compounding, alchemy, smithery up in level. But anyway, so I've got those upgraded, and I have not really upgraded battle skills, though I suppose I could do some of that. Why not? Let's have her... we don't need an antidote upgraded. What does this do? Rings of light. Okay, anyway. So anyway, point is I've done some upgrades to characters. I have not done a whole lot with roles, but I've set roles. I have gotten all my equipment figured out up to max. So everything is pretty much done. Side quests are done. Mostly they are just go fetch some things and get item reward. They all suck. They're not story. So don't feel like you missed anything if you haven't been following along. I have a couple more that I need to turn in, so you'll see that, and I have a couple that I need to do when I get to the available areas. There are a couple of things that I can't get, don't have. So anyway, that takes care of that stuff. I did do a bunch more of the private actions, which are sort of the individual skits that happen in the town, incidental. I also don't feel like that they're that vital to the story that you should feel like you missed anything out of them. Most of them are like 1 or 2 lines. They're incredibly tedious to watch. Watch me try to complete, because you have to go to the location where all the party members split off into their locations where they're going to be for their skits. Usually you can only do like 1 or 2 skits per skit session. And then you have to enter a building or something and reset the skit marker so that they will then move to new locations for more skits. It's incredibly tedious when they are just not worth it. You know, when I mean, like, I'm going back to it constantly just because I just finished the game, but Tales of Berseria, the Tales series has its skit system where you just press a button and skit pops up. They do their dialogue with character portraits. It all looks very clean, it's all great, and the skits are usually pretty charming. This game's skits suck. They're just not great. There's a couple of them that I'm like, okay, there's kind of a funny character interaction between these two or whatever, but for the most part, they're just not good enough to warrant actually listening to for the most part. So anyway, that takes care of how much I've upgraded here. I've done a lot of crafting. I've got almost all of the recipes figured out. I've been trying to figure out this last recipe that I need.
I'm finished.
In order to complete a quest, and I just can't find it. It is... I forget what it was exactly, but anyway, so I've done a lot of these recipes. And I've done a bit of equipment. So yeah, done some of that stuff. As far as things that I've learned, so before starting this game, I mentioned this in my grinding stream, but I had not looked up any reviews of this game. I knew that it was relatively poorly received. I probably watched some reviews when the game came out several years ago, but I don't recall any of them. It was just kind of interesting when I checked some of them out last night and found that generally reception was very similar to what I was saying. A lot of the issues with the game were pointed out by critics. There were, of course, defenders of the game, people who were like, well, these reviewers don't like anime games or whatever. It's like, no, This game is just not good. It's really sad. There are a lot of great JRPGs, even from around the time of this game, and this is just not one of them. It's more that the things that they tried to change, they didn't do a good enough job of changing them. So I checked out the Wikipedia article on the game. Let me pull it up because I was just thinking about this, and I was trying to figure out. I was looking at the development process and trying to figure out what was going on with it. Why did this become the way it was? And there's not really any sources in here about it in this Wikipedia article that I'm looking at. It says that who is Kobayashi, the lead programmer or the producer or whatever, director, says wanted to draw the essence to draw wanted the game to draw its essence from Star Ocean till the end of time. So it's clearly drawing upon that game. I don't think it does that very well, because all the things that Star Ocean till the end of time does, well, it does better than this. It's really quite sad. And later on it says that that this was a cross-generational game, which actually makes sense, because a lot of the landscapes really are quite ugly and don't look great on a PlayStation 4. They're things that like maybe you could have gotten away with on the PlayStation 3, but not here, which kind of makes sense. So I guess I can give it a pass on some of that stuff. But really, it's more that the visual design is just not that strong. And then this article confirms the thing about Fidel being 23 years old, saying that Kobayashi said that was to make the game appeal to the older audience that would be fans of the older Star Ocean games, and that makes a lot of sense. The problem is that the story doesn't support that at all. The story is written as if he's another high school protagonist in an isekai. It's really not effective in that way. Interesting that there's a quote in here about changing Miki's character design to be less revealing or something. When you literally have Fiore over there in tights that have giant cutouts in the most convenient places. It's just that's a little strange, but anyway. So the thing I wanted to get to is it says large focus of the game was on making it seamless, such as smooth transitions between gameplay and combat, eliminating random encounters with enemies, as well as perfecting the angling of in-game camera, which it doesn't do, to automatically go to the best spot for players to see their enemies during combat, which it fails at doing. The development team was guided by the principle that gameplay should not be interrupted unless it is necessary. Now, the thing I had a problem with is that I couldn't figure out, whose decision was that? Why was that thrust upon the team? Because that feels like a producer or a publisher saying, the biggest popular games of the time are this kind of game. We want you to do open world. We want you to do, seamless immersion and realism. All the big tag words of the time. But the problem is that the most cited source on this Wikipedia article, if you look at it, it is source number 12, which is just a link to the Square Enix website that does not go to the article. The English page. So whatever article may have been there is gone. It's been taken down from the Square Enix page. So that sucks. It was retrieved on Wikipedia in 2016. So since then, that page is gone. So maybe that article survives somewhere, but I could not find it. I went through a couple of the sources for some of the other things on here, which is kind of interesting because I was hoping to get more information on that, and that's the only source cited on that. Source 16. Let me look at that real quick. Yeah, that is the Siliconera article which just says it's being made for fans of the old games. So anyway, it was interesting that the article mentions that this game was built to be a revitalization of the franchise after Last Hope was kind of a failure, and that they were really hoping that this would be popular enough to not get thrust into the mobile game market. And immediately after this game, what game comes next in the Star Ocean series but a mobile game called Star Ocean Anamnesis? Yeah, which looks like trash. So anyway, really disappointing, because I have to say now that even though I'm a big fan of the Star Ocean series, almost all the games are bad. Star Ocean 2 is wonderful. Star Ocean 3 is like pretty good. It's the one that I like the best, but I know that fans have lots of issues with the game. I think the game is super fun. I realize that people have problems with the fact that its final twist, they say it breaks the canon of the whole series. I don't care about canon. I care about them individually. I know that there's some relationships between characters between games, but I don't know. I think when you get too involved in the between game canon, then it becomes a becomes a mess, and it halts the series from being able to evolve in any way. So I'm fine with the fact that Star Ocean Till the End of Time had a kind of silly ending plot. I think a lot of the rest of the game was really stellar, and you know, maybe it falters a bit at the end there, but you know. So anyway, yeah, it's kind of a sad thing to say that like more than half of the games in the series are bad. There's only five real entries. There's a Game Boy game that I guess is the sequel to Second Story, which is not in English, not published in English in any way. I don't know if there's a fan translation. There probably is, but I haven't played it. And then obviously there's a mobile game, which who cares about that? So yeah, just kind of disappointing, because this game could have had potential. It's just that it really suffers from really bad writing and no cutscene direction. I think if those things had been fixed, this game would have been much better received, just on the basis of that alone. The what do you call it? The rock paper scissors system really does not work. That's something that I like. I don't know that much about fighting games, but I know that it's been referenced in fighting games. I remember thinking about that in like Soul Calibur or something. You've got your heavy attack, light attack, block, and grabs and stuff like that you alternate through, and one beats the other, and the other, you know, in a pattern. But when your combat consists of a party of 7 characters all flying around the screen with various things going on, plus like 7 or 8 enemies, then it's impossible to read all of those inputs, and especially when all of the lights like explode around your characters and you can't see anything that they're doing. It's kind of terrible. It just doesn't work, and that makes it really obvious why they made the combat slower, so that you could accommodate that stuff in the early game, so that you can actually read the enemy inputs in time rather than having to adjust to it very quickly like you would with a fighting game, where you know your expectation is learning your character and all that stuff. It really doesn't work in this game. So, you know, it just boils down to what is the combo that hits hard and fast at the same time, and just spam it until the enemies are defeated. And if you can't manage to do that, then just take control of the healer and run away and heal the rest of the party while the AI does the rest, because otherwise you're just not gonna do it. Which really sucks. It can't quite support like an actual combat system like the Tales series could. But I think the previous entries in the series could do that. I'm going to play through Star Ocean Till the End of Time at some point in probably the near future, because I really like that game. Probably not right after this game, but it'll be interesting to go back to that and see how the combat matches up, because I wasn't terribly critical of the combat when I played it the first time. I remember very much enjoying the combat of Till the End of Time and Second Story and First Departure, but yeah, it really just kind of gets boring in this game, which is too bad. As far as the cast, like you know, they're going to get fleshed out in more of the story. We've only seen like 3 hours of the story and some skits. But so far, not one of the characters is really fleshed out in a really interesting way. That was one of the real strengths, I think, of Tales of Berseria, was that every single one of the characters came from a pretty interesting place and had like real character growth throughout the story, which I was surprised of. You know, they're so typically the protagonists of the JRPGs are just wet blankets that just, you know, they either agree with everything, there's just supposed to be audience surrogate characters that you just project upon. And Velvet in Tales of Berseria is definitely not that. She has an arc. She's a lot more like Guts in Berserk. There's a lot of Berserk in that game for it being called Tales of Berserkia. So anyway, whereas this protagonist, Fidel, is a nothing character. Miki is a nothing character. Anne and Emerson have kind of a dynamic going on, but there's just not enough information revealed about them right now to make them really all that interesting. Fiore is entirely a character's design, and that is it. She has no personality. She's just a character design. And Relia is a child and the bane of everyone's existence. So, so why am I continuing this? Because it's fun to dunk on it. I am having a lot of fun dunking on this game, and I don't know, there's enough here that's fun that I'm continuing.
All right, here's the Ancient Institute.
And I've got emotes. You can use emotes in cutscenes.
Keep it up.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Come on.
Shouldn't there be at least one scientist here? How is this a laboratory when the only people I've seen are guards?
In terms of research, it's been abandoned for a long time. It's nothing but a gigantic archive now.
That seems like such a waste.
I have some materials stored in a room here. Let me show you.
Hold on a sec. If this institute and the royal one are alike, does that mean?
I'd say you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, so this game also has a bit of a structure problem, if you haven't noticed, being that, you know, there's the conceit of Star Ocean is almost always that there's an underdeveloped planet that has some sort of, like, you know, medieval fantasy aesthetic going on in terms of technology level and all that. And then there is the separated sci-fi future stuff, and they try not to mix them until further into the game. And that presents the problem of, like, if you spend that much time on the underdeveloped planet, then you know, how are you going to balance the fact that the infinite space, like, you can introduce so many more planets? Do you bring the space part into the picture very early on in the story, that way you can go to a bunch of different planets? Or do you put it very late in the story and not go to any planets at all, which is kind of what this game does? But this game then throws a whole bunch of this technology stuff into the mix in the planet to begin with, which is kind of weird, and I don't know that it works. And these characters just pop up, Emerson and Anne, and they're just immediately spewing stuff about, oh no, this is what's wrong with this planet. This planet has all kinds of future technology. It's like, it just kind of spoils it. Anyway, I mean, we all know what we're going to get into, but...
While I examine some stuff, you guys can...
Relia! Relia, what's wrong? Relia? Are you all right?
Relia! Relia!
If you keep saying her name,
I'm okay.
she'll get better.
It hurts, but I'm strong. Maybe not. But this place, it kind of feels like home to me.
Do you remember anything else? Like, about your father or mother?
Sand. Sand? I came in from outside. Then I got yelled at. It didn't wipe my feet.
Well, any scientist considers dirt and dust the nemesis of experiments. Maybe her parents are researchers.
So we have a lab and some sand.
Speaking of sand, isn't Traykur a desert nation? I remember hearing rumors about a possible laboratory there.
What? I've never heard of Traykur having any laboratories.
But your country doesn't have diplomatic relations with Traykur, so it's possible.
Don't conflate academics with politics. There's no way I wouldn't catch wind of it.
What if it weren't an academic facility, but actually a classified one that the military uses to carry out government-sanctioned experiments?
I admit there is a non-zero probability you're right.
What are you
Traykur.
doing speculating on this planet's politics?
But since we're at war with them, could we even enter the country?
What if we ask Victor to help? Do you think he'd mind?
I wonder if he would.
I want to know more about me. I want to remember more.
For now, let's go back to Central Rasulia and ask Victor. We can play it by ear from there.
Wow, hold on. So this wasn't even a dungeon. I quit yesterday because I thought this was a dungeon. What a letdown. You know, that's a classic JRPG thing, is the library archives that have been taken over by monsters from disuse. Nothing here. Just this, what is this computer doing here? You're telling me they've got this like wood platform with bookshelves and yet they have a computer sitting here? I don't know. I guess that was my whole point with the crashed spaceship, is that like, why is that not something that people care a lot about on this planet? And I guess it's because they have things like this just laying around. Whatever. Yeah, I really thought that was going to be a dungeon. It feels like all the characters are just so much more powerful now.
The more skillful I get, the more charming.
That wasn't even worth the effort.
Let me help.
Still room for improvement.
So let's blast down to back to town and collect our last party member. That's the other thing that's really strange about this game. It's like, time to full party is so brief. Just immediately get everyone in the party, get everyone together. I know the story's not that long, and I don't actually begrudge the game for that. I don't know, I enjoy the RPG that can get its story out of the way in less than 30 hours, but so I don't have a problem with that. But it is kind of surprising that by the 3-hour mark you have the entire party.
Can I say I'm a perfectionist?
I wonder if any of them leave the party during the process. I forget if that happens or not.
I had a nice dream last night. It was really fun.
That's great. What happened in this fun dream?
Everyone grew wings. Then we all flew up into the sky.
Ooh, that does sound fun.
Next, everyone turned into bubbles. Then we went bang and popped, and everyone was gone.
Everybody died.
Wow, that sure sounds like an incredible turn of events, but I think I could do without the popping part. It's a little too scary for me.
man, it's so weird how the character jitters when he turns like that. It's very uncomfortable.
Whoops.
Like, let's see. Yeah, even for just the basic walking animation, it jitters. Turns. It's not a true 360-degree movement. Well, that's all the quests for now. That's nice.
We still have much further
I
to
still
go.
have a lot more to learn.
See if we can handle getting some recipes built here. No, we need seasonings. These are clearly drops from enemies that I can't get yet, though I need to buy white rice. Yeah, seasonings, and then there's cocoa, I think. And roe. Cocoa powder. White bread. Oh, I can make some more of that. Make whatever that is. No, I can't. I need more wheat flour.
D-O-N-E. Done.
And since I'm right here, I might as well do that. I have so much money that I might as well do that.
It's done.
This is more fun than I expected.
Melon bun. Egg paragon, cocoa powder, cocoa powder, cocoa powder. That's the problem with all of these. Cocoa powder and seasonings. So what's the deal with this recipe? I need to make this this thing for this quest. A vegetable stir fry, and I don't know how to do that. Whatever. Let's just get on our way. Everybody has their upgraded equipment, so I don't have to worry about that. Oh, but we have some skits.
Okay then, let's reconvene in front of the inn.
But this is what I mean about the skits. So, okay, this is a rare example of 3 characters split off in order to have interactions. 4 characters, actually. That's
I
outrageous.
am a child, so for the moment, people dub me such things as genius. When you're a kid, everyone treats you like a prodigy. But once you grow up, they treat you like just another person. I fear the same thing might happen to me.
They don't listen to you, do they? It's a serious issue for you, but no one seems to care. It's okay. I wasn't as smart as you, but I was also called a genius as a kid. Do I look like just another person?
Oh, definitely not.
You are an excellent researcher, Fiore.
You're even more of a genius than I am. Believe in yourself some more.
Yeah, so this is a rare example of like 4 characters being available to talk to, but usually it's like 1.
You like women a lot. Don't you, Emerson?
Well, not just any women. They have to be true ladies with charm.
So, for instance, what about me?
Of course.
No.
You've got a straightforward and kind personality. You're very charming.
You're not just saying that?
Most certainly not. You're always looking after us, making sure that no one succumbs to injury or fatigue. Only a kind person who cares deeply about others would bother to do all that. That's what does it for me.
Thank you. I know you're just flattering me, but I appreciate it.
You don't have
Considering
to
you've
worry
known
yourself
her all of
over
a day.
He'll notice how great a person you are. Eventually.
All right.
Considering they've known each other all of a day, there's that's an interesting remark you chose to make there. Always looking out for her. That's kind of what I mean about most of these skits are not much to actually care about. And I have to wander all the way across town to view them.
Fidel, there are kids here.
I would hope so. You have to be a kid at some point before you can become an adult. No one's born an adult.
Were you a kid at one point too, Fidel?
Huh? Yeah, of
God.
course.
I wish I knew you as a kid. I bet we would have had lots and lots of fun together.
Just can't get away from those limo vibes. Just gotta get back to nappy time.
Hey, what's wrong, Ann?
Nothing. It must have been a figment of my imagination.
So far, the game is handling Aurelia okay. It's not egregiously awful, but I don't know why RPGs have a tendency to treat the child characters like they're toddlers that are just learning to speak. I will say it is quite disheartening to see this much backtracking even in the early bit of the game. Let's see if there's any quests that I have to deal with in this area. Western Decop Tunnel, and this is Central Rasulia. So no. Nope. So I'm gonna skip battling these. When I do story chunks of the game, I'm going to attempt to dodge as many battles as possible. A lot of them are not possible to dodge, though I will do a couple of these if I see them. These are the challenge dungeons that have a bonus boss. I shouldn't say they're dungeons, they're really just rooms with, they're just gauntlets is all they are. Cathedral of Oblivion. So you fight a couple battles, you fight a unique boss, and then you get a special item, and that's it. I can't tell if every map has its own challenge dungeon with its own reward or not. But, I've done a few of these already, and they don't seem to be all that much.
Why can't they all be this? Hardly worth the effort.
Still got a long way to go.
Yeah, this is kind of a disappointment in that regard too. I mean, these are so simple. There's nothing really to them. Okay, so this is the same boss that I've fought 3 times now in these challenge dungeons in different locations, so that's a little disheartening. Just a big stack of hit points, and that's really good. Oh, I've been stunned. Wait for its wear off. Unless I actually... Oh, I can't use items either, so... Okay. What have I got here? Poison. And then you get a treasure chest and you get tossed out to the world map. Red talisman. Okay, that was weird.
Look who I found.
What?
That was
It's over
it.
already?
Ooh. Like, that's the thing. You really can't avoid these because your party is so big that one of one of them is going to bump into an enemy sometime. Let's see if I can dodge these. Yeah, I guess I could. I managed it there. Just with their battle arena, because all the enemies are on screen, it's so many more chances for them to initiate a battle.
That wasn't even worth the effort.
What can I say? I'm a perfectionist.
Hardly worth the effort.
Not bad for a guy with a few years.
Dodge those.
I want to help.
Why can't they all be this easy?
I feel it.
Looks like I'm gaining on my father.
More challenges lie ahead.
Oh, that's not where I need to go. I have to fight these. You really navigate the map quickly,
I'm a perfectionist.
so you can think that you have an opening to dash past them, but you really don't. Got around them.
Hey, what do you most want in the world right now?
I guess, land.
What? Land? Are you serious?
He told me if anyone ever asks what you want, say land.
Who told you? Never mind. I know who it was. If he does something like this again, I'll make him eat Anne's cooking.
Okay, we're back in Miadog,
Pardon me.
which means we're like halfway to our destination, because we have to backtrack all the way across 2 towns that we've already been through, and their giant world maps in between. To the capital. Speaking of which, there are a few inconsistencies, like I
Lilia,
mentioned
do you
last
know
time.
what your biggest enemy in all the world is? Let me tell you. This life form will put its hand to its lips, tilt its head to one side, affect an innocent look, and say, I don't know. I'm talking about other girls. You can't let your guard down, Relia. The battle has already begun.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Since when are characters on this planet saying life form? It really feels like they didn't even try to make this like planet have a unique, underdeveloped lifestyle. Oh, I should get the fish. Yeah. Never seem to have enough of Rose. Enemies popped up. I didn't even get any fish. Wonderful. Can I upgrade fishing? Can, but I better upgrade excavation. X. We'll get fishing upgraded soon. To my knowledge, all that upgrading it does is give you the potential to get more resources out of a single drop, but I don't know. I've had inconsistent results with that.
The whole town's on edge.
What could have happened here?
You could cut the tension here with a knife. Should we just turn around?
We don't have any other leads, so let's just look for Victor.
Since he's a soldier, my bet is he's at the castle.
This is kind of what I mean by what I was complaining about last time with Sthal, or whatever the other town was called, where the streets were wide but there was nobody on them. Whereas that's not really the case here. This castle town does seem a little more like it's bustling, and the street is narrower. The buildings go right up to the street level, and there are these little shops. There's plenty of people. Like, it looks like a castle town.
Whoops.
The coastal town just doesn't really look that appropriate. Can I turn in quests here? No, I still don't know how to do this vegetable stir fry. Yeah. So anyway, I am going to quickly look that up and see if I can figure that out. So I guess I have to just get that somewhere. I don't know. Huh. Well, anyway. I guess I'm just not going to worry about it because it's not one I can miss, so...
Whoops. Are you recruits? No, we're not. We're here to see Lieutenant Oakville, the leader of the 3rd Ranger Unit. Could you please tell him Fidel's here?
I don't know how you know him, but he's busy. Scram!
My name is Fiore Brunelli, and I am an emissary from the Royal Institute of Signatory Studies in Languedoc, come to aid your country as per your king's request. Are we still not allowed an audience?
Oh, well,
By the way, this man is the progeny of Darryl, your military advisor.
don't bring my dad into...
Use what's at your disposal. I understand that bandying about your connections can be embarrassing, but choosing pride over duty shows that you're still a kid. Grow up and learn to live with it.
See what I mean? Like,
Heard the lady.
he's treated
Ouch.
like he's
Now
a high
it's gotta
schooler.
smart.
Like all
We're
other
extremely sorry, but
protagonists
Lieutenant
right
Oakville
now
is
are.
currently...
Lady Brunelli and Fidel's troop. What brings you here?
Mr. Oakville!
Who are they?
I'm Emerson. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Anne.
The two of them not only saved us from a sticky situation, they're also helping Relia get her memory back.
My name is Victor Oakville. I am employed in the service of Fidel's father.
We came because we need to ask you something.
We want to talk because we need help crossing the border into Tracur. You see, it's essential that Relia goes there. She recalled one memory earlier, but we think Tracur holds the key to the rest of them.
That's impossible. As Sortaview's fallen, and there's more. Enemy forces have advanced practically to the capital.
If that's how it is, I'll help. I was dispatched from Languedoc to assist in the war effort, but I've left the front lines. Some of that responsibility lies with me.
I'm the one who put Fiore on that path, though. If she gets to help out, then so do I.
We'll do what we can to ensure victory as well.
Good to hear. I'd be happy to accept your offer. All right then. Follow me.
So I'm so confused about the actual events in the story and their location. As I recall, we brought Relia to a battlefield that was not more than a 5-minute jaunt away from the capital. Where was that battle supposed to be taking place? Not to mention the next town over from that battle scene is the country of Languedoc, which is supposed to be an ally. So where is this battle taking place and why? I'm so confused. They made it very clear from the map that they had shown in the prologue that there were 3 countries in a line, that from the left side to the right side, it was the country they're fighting against. In the center is us, and on the left side, or on the right side, is the country of Languedoc. So what was the deal with the placement of things in the map?
Wait here while I make preparations. In the meantime, those provisions are part of the King's Chosen's exclusive stores. If you care to live through this battle, I suggest you take them.
Yowzers. Who'd have thought the enemy'd be waltzing right up to the capital?
Yowzers.
We cannot let them shed any civilian blood.
Sir, I request the addition of an independent section.
Hey there.
One composed of the
Hey, buddy.
Languedocian Signaturge and her guards, sir.
How's your armor
She'll
feel?
fight for us again?
Yes.
How fortuitous. I'd be extremely grateful if she could handle the enemy's new weapons for us.
I'll pass the word.
Attaboy.
That's monstrosity. Yeah. What a nightmare this collision system is. It's so bad. And also so funny.
So, what do you want to do? Go with you. But we're heading into the heart of battle.
We did it once
I'm
before.
okay.
We can
That
do it
girl's
again.
got the guts of someone over 3 times her age.
Her courage isn't the issue here.
Now you're concerned? Again, that's something that little skirmish could have easily been waved away if they had just said, we got ambushed by scouts. That would have made complete sense. Not whatever happened there the first time.
Don't you think getting involved in their war is unethical?
It's not like we can back out now.
Oh. You're enjoying this, aren't you?
How could you tell? You're good at this.
Captain!
Raising your voice will only draw more attention.
Hoisted by my own petard.
You guys should be like bandits from space. Like, if you guys have any authority whatsoever, like, you should be recalled immediately.
They're 5,000 strong and led by Dersul.
They're finally here.
Let's show them what Rasuli is made of.
Before we do that, let's
Understood.
steal some stuff.
Motherland, sir. We will not lose to those savages.
Locked chests everywhere. This one's not locked. What do you got to sell me? Nothing good.
Pardon me.
Oh my god, even the NPCs walk through each other. That's terrible.
All forces march!
March only after we've moved out.
Sir.
May we meet on the battlefield.
We're good, right?
No wandering off, Relia. Okay?
Okay.
You've got 7 people to worry about. How are you gonna find a child on a battlefield? It's so much terrible writing. And I feel like there have been JRPG stories where you have to deal with this kind of scenario before, where it's like, oh no, we have to constantly flee the encroaching enemies. But, okay, where are we actually headed? Guess we're just gonna battle it out. Oh, is this where the space people come in? I think this is where the space people come in. What exactly was our plan?
Tell? Why are you here?
Dad, I'm here because I'm hungry for blood in my life.
You guys need to focus on the enemies in front of you.
We'll provide support.
This is gonna be
You're all good here.
You guys just keep on.
You're all good here. We don't have time for this.
Oh. We're just gonna stick around here and just keep fighting. That's awkward. was our plan?
I'll pick him off and send it to you, but I'll need cover.
Now I know my suspicions were right.
And I can distribute them to the natives. Strong withdrawal.
Can't just
I can't imagine this battle without having rolled off.
Now's not the time for speculation.
Not even hard, just hold the button down and then go to the next time.
That was maybe an 80 out of 100.
You can count
Yeah,
on
this is
me.
where it happens.
Didn't we meet those guys at the inn?
Whoa now. Don't point those boomsticks around willy-nilly.
My group will act as the decoy.
What? Did they pinch our guns?
No, sir. That's against the law isolating crude worlds.
You are such a downer. Besides, they broke the treaty first, you know.
Watch out!
Guys, split up! We're too close!
I don't think sandbags are going to help you against phasers.
Hey, did I hear what I think I did?
It's pulse
The UP3, am I right? Why are there snakes from the Federation here? That's illegal!
Illegal? You're surely one to talk. Who's joined a war in a distant star system? I believe that's Kronos.
Shut the hell up, you huge idiot! We don't care a lick about this war. Now get that loser kid to surrender Relia to us! Why do you want this girl so much? Zip it, you maggot! We're not pulling any punches if the Federation's involved. This is your last
Shut the hell
warning.
up, you huge idiot!
Relinquish Relia!
What a great line! Oh my god! What is this game? I think this was the moment I decided to
What's a
continue.
thing like that doing in this sector?
Gonna break other mandates now? CFNZ statutes too?
I don't want to say this again, maggots! Surrender Relia now!
You can take her. In return, get out of here. Let this war run its course.
What? Took you quite a while to come around, you baboons. Relia stays! And what is that thing? Just hanging in the sky! I know you know!
Obviously, there's no way we can beat that thing. Complying's our only choice now. We'll counterattack these jerks in due time.
Oh my god, that looks so bad.
Relia! Miki! Let go!
I can't let this...
Get back!
What the?
A mighty rare sneak peek of our strength. You learned that messing with us is futile yet? Did ya? That light's Relia's? So, her true nature's unleashed. How intensely beauteous! Left! Roots! Get Relia this instant! Damn it! This sucks!
This sucks! So many great line reads from this guy.
Piss! They aren't here?
Should I tell the General what exactly's transpired?
Don't you dare speak unless I say to! You maggot! I assume she's somewhere close! I want her here now!
This is incredible. It's so bad. Oh my god. That guy's acting is worse than half the cast of Star Trek Picard.
Where are
Is this all snow?
Relia, are you okay?
What just happened to us?
Yep.
A phenomenon analogous to transport, apparently.
Without a transporter?
I assume one
No way.
of Aurelia's signets did this, but this is nothing like what happened before.
So that's the extent of the Miss Starlight's
That may very
signaturgy?
well be true, but
Pieces are
where in the
coming
world
together.
are we?
No need to worry about that. We're in the northern
talking over
territory
each
of
other?
Soma.
How do you know that?
You're
I
right.
grew up around here.
This does indeed seem to be Soma.
If this really is Soma, then Rasulia should be directly to the south.
Then, let's start making our way south.
I'll lead the way.
Wow, could you guys not talk over each other in important plot conversations? Oh my god, yeah, so that scene. Man. Not only is the bad guy's voice acting absolutely god-awful, but like, no attempt is made whatsoever to... This plot is so garbage. I gotta wait for all the actors to take their places. Now we can talk. What?
I believe you said earlier that Relia is the one who transported us?
Yes, as a hypothesis.
And that she used a different technique from last time. Is that correct?
I did say that, but what of it?
Oh, nothing. I was just taken aback by what transpired and wanted to figure out exactly what sort of situation we're in.
Oh, I see. All right then.
You huge idiot! Beep,
All right.
beep.
I leave it to you.
Is something the matter?
No, not really.
This region is famous for all the snow it gets. In fact, you can't see the ground for half the year.
As someone who grew up in an area without much snow, I'm pretty envious of you. I rarely got to see any.
I can't say I understand your point of view.
It'd be great for playing in, but I guess it must be difficult to make a living in it. You can't even grow food.
Many of the best soldiers and mercenaries come from Soma, as its harsh climate helps prepare them for tough situations.
You know, Victor, the way you say that implies that you think you're one of the best soldiers in the world.
That was never my intention.
Don't worry, I would never actually take it that way. I just think it's cute when you get defensive about stuff.
You should show more respect.
That sounds just like something Fiddly's father would say. Birds of a feather flock together, as they say.
Mr. Camus and I are birds of a feather? You truly think so?
Yeah, you're pretty similar.
I see. So we are similar.
I want to reiterate that these characters have known each other for all of a day. And they're acting like they've known each other for years. It's so weird. There's something so strange about this. The pacing is so bad, and the fact that we got warped over here after the middle of a battle that probably destroyed the capital entirely. And then we walked 10 feet and decided, let's just hang out here and have a little chat. No urgency whatsoever, and we're gonna just talk familiar. Ugh. It's just weird.
Hey, Squirt, you mind if we tag?
Don't get any closer to her. You know a lot more than you're letting on. On top of that, you tried to hand Relia over to the enemy. Those two things are more than enough to make me wary of you. So I don't want you coming anywhere near her.
I'm gonna have to watch out for this one.
That's it? That's the end of your conversation? Can we please go somewhere?
Were you aware that while Langdok is the most renowned city in the world with regards to signaturgy, it's not where the art originated?
Oh, is that right?
Actually this, the northern territory of Soma, is the birthplace of signaturgy.
Are you being serious?
Have you ever heard of the Signa Silica?
Of course I have. Who hasn't?
Well, that's it.
This
And
should
it's
be
in
a
the
skit.
northernmost part of the
This
Sun
shouldn't be
region.
the main
Then I'd
plot.
love to
We shouldn't be
go.
stopping things for this.
Now probably isn't the time, huh?
Probably not. But I've never been either. I can only hope that I'll get the chance to someday.
So many baffling decisions. We move now. I don't want to talk to you, Anne. I want to talk to Emerson. Okay. I want to go somewhere. Can we leave now? Should we leave? Should we leave? Come on, guys. You know, it said that this game was built on the design principle of trying to interrupt gameplay as little as possible, but I'd call this a pretty goddamn big interruption of gameplay for I don't know what. Can maybe there be direction here? I'm trying to talk to every single character and it won't let me do anything. Am I just supposed to walk far enough away? I guess so. I guess that was the answer. That's terrible. That's terrible. All right. And now we have another slow motion walking segment.
I've seen that before. I've seen mountains like this before. Ones with the snow on top of them.
You have?
These are the Ahid Mountains. They should extend all the way to the northern border of Trekur.
Then let's traverse the tops of them to get there.
How are we supposed to do that when they're blanketed in snow? It'll be near impossible to find the trail.
But with the war, crossing over from Rasulia will be even more difficult, right?
With you here, Victor, we should be able to find the trail without any issues.
No, we shouldn't. I've never had any occasion to go to Trekur before.
Then I guess it's out of the question.
Wait a minute. I know what route to take.
How would you know that?
By using my own form of signaturgy?
Signaturgy? Preposterous! There can't be any signaturgy that allows one to discover unknown routes because...
He meant it as a figure of speech. I apologize for any misconceptions he caused by using that word.
Anne and I can find how to get there, trust me.
Just who are the two of you, anyway?
First, you have the same weapon as the enemy. And now you make this outrageous statement?
Come to think of it, they just appeared out of the blue.
And why did you try to give Relia to the enemy against our wishes?
If you're so knowledgeable about signets, Anne, how come no one at the Institute knows you?
And we could go on.
Everyone, please, take a step back. Emerson, I can't help but be skeptical of you as well. You guys are definitely harboring some secrets. We feel that you can't share them with us. There's no doubting that. However, you put your life on the line to fight for us. And you've saved Relia more than once. Furthermore, you broke some law in order to help us, even though Anne tried to stop you at first.
So you overheard us then?
I'm sure it was imperative you adhere to it. But you decided that protecting Relia was even more important. And I have a hunch you'll do it again if need be.
It's almost as if you can see right through us.
I've made my decision and I believe in you.
What absolute
All right, everyone.
nonsense.
Crossing the mountains into Trekur.
Yeah, I'm just gonna trust you despite the fact that there's overwhelming evidence that you're probably bad guys. But, you know, you put your life on the line to save a child that we don't even know, and we've only known for all of a couple of days. Oh my god. Like, I know you gotta make some exceptions in order to get an RPG party to stick together, but this is wild.
More challenges lie ahead.
We've still got a long way to go.
Where are we headed? Oh, we've got a whole bunch of places to explore. Okay. Well, we're going to the dunes. There's a shop. We're gonna be back
This is
here.
as far as I can accompany you. From here, I must head back to Rasulia.
But we...
If Santarol were attacked, I would want to return as well. What would you do if it were Stahl?
I guess I see your point.
Thank you for coming with us as far as you did.
Thank you, Mr. Soldier.
I said some rather harsh things to you back there, but
Don't sweat it. Water under the bridge.
I trust that you will keep everyone else safe.
Of course I will.
Yeah, like you definitely did
Bye-bye.
that last time.
Mr. Soldier?
I just don't know. I just don't know. This game. It's breaking me. It's breaking me with how bad it is. Oh, this is just an all-around shop. Okay. Ooh, better one there. Oh, max MP plus 200. Oh my god, that was expensive. Let's put it on her, for sure. I already have an energy in? I guess I do. Alright, we spent all our money. Huh. Let's see. So we're not going to go south. We're just going to go to the Tracuran Dunes. Just going to focus on story for a while. I'm sure I will head through the other paths eventually. This game is just full of backtracking. That chest is locked. But let's get some fish. Get some fish. Crawfish. Okay.
Stronger?
And now the bad guys show up. So let's see, let's learn some battle skills. Really can't get healing up there, huh? Antidote is a handy one, but can we get something that stops paralysis or something? Do that. Give her something new. I like her. She's great as a character, as a playable character. She's a fun alternative to Fidel. We do battle. Here's Mr.
So,
Huge
it's
Idiot.
about time you showed up.
I'd be much more excited if it had been a lady waiting for us.
I don't think I need to tell you why I'm here, you damned worms. We're not giving you Relia. Do I have to explain to you idiots again that it's pointless to resist?
The half-wit with the potty mouth is making another empty threat. I'm so scared.
You waste of Federation space! You'll pay for that remark! Forstny, wipe these filthy chimps out! Hey, what's going on up there, Forstny? Forstny!
Forstny here. 3 Federation ships have entered this sector. They have their shields enabled and are preparing to engage. We cannot offer any support at the moment.
Wait, what was that?
I have bad news, sir. We've detected transport signals emanating from the enemy starships.
Impossible!
How the tables have turned.
You damned cheaters!
Who violated protocol first? Oh, that's right.
You unbearable little... Relia belongs to us! Give her up!
Hold on to Relia.
What are you doing?
My line is simpleton.
You keep this up, you'll all be... Isn't that exactly what the jingle like yours wants, you stream of piss?
Well, that thing's our property, not yours! You're selling it. It knows why we're after it. Remember, stolen the fire. What do you mean? Get ready to die, Patrick!
So silly.
Get ready for some pain.
Oh, come on. Look at me, he heals. Are you kidding me? Oh, she died already. God, what are you doing? Why can't I stop swap them? I can't swap the Mickey. That's so weird.
How is this even possible? Unfreaking believable!
Run, Relia! Mickey, look out!
Die, you pest!
Wow, so dramatic.
Whoa! She has other powers too? That's freaking marvelous!
Think I'll let you get away?
Unfreaking believable, bro. Oh, we couldn't swap to her because he was gonna shoot her anyway. That's so dumb. He's such a cartoon villain. Given absolutely nothing except, oh my god, I'm gonna kill everybody in this room and then myself. Like, that's all he is. That's all this character is. Haveen or Pavine or whatever. What a terrible villain. There's no sense to the story at all. There's no effort put into it at all. It's so bad.
Miki! Miki!
Oh no, Mouseface is dead. She's so ugly. Don't worry, you're not missing out on anything.
This injury's not just external. There's damage to her viscera too, I think.
Guts are falling out.
Wait a second. That'd breach the U.
Boss, Miki's hurt. Havine's attack has her in critical condition. She's got tachycardia. There's more. Hypotension has set in as well. And of all of us here, she's the only one who can heal the harmed. There's no such equipment or cadre that'd allow her to come back.
You can't aid her at all? That's just... You're saying we wait until she dies?
What are you thinking?
Look, a cutscene. What we've been waiting for this whole time.
I suggest that we all transport. In order to rescue Miki, the Goal's equipment is integral.
Surely you understand the consequences of this.
Means breaking the UP3. Article 1 to start, I would assume.
Emerson to the Charles D. Goal. Do you read?
Yes, sir. What's the issue?
I need you to send the 9 of us to your location now.
At 9, sir. That many?
Wait a second. That'd breach the...
Unique situation.
Beam us up,
Do it.
dummies.
Aye, aye, sir. Starting transport now.
Does he have like a Burger King backpack? What's with the deal with this like silly backpack graphic? Oh my god, I just noticed that. This game is so ridiculous. It's so weird.
Take her by stretcher to sickbay.
Miki.
To sickbay.
I want to look at this. What's the... Oh, I can't. He won't let me. He won't let me check out his fast food backpack.
Please come right away. Deck 12. Sickbay.
Dr. Crusher, what are you gonna do? Gotta save us. Oh no, it's the EMH. Gonna sing opera at us. Tell us there's nothing you can do.
I'll take it from here.
We're counting on you.
Like how none of these characters are freaked out at all by anything that's going on here.
Be all right?
She's undergoing treatment now.
Okay, Dr. Crusher, what's the prognosis?
How's Miki?
Her vital signs have stabilized, so she'll be fine. She'll be back to her old self in a few days.
Thanks so much.
And to the bridge. Miki's condition has now stabilized.
That is great news. Now you can invite everyone else up here.
Understood, Emerson.
You can call me Captain now. But Emerson's not half bad.
How could I make such a mistake? I'm terribly sorry.
I'll be up here.
I'll take you there.
Man, I remember when in Star Ocean Till the End of Time, the spaceship came finally carrying, what character was it? Maria, I think, to get the group off of the planet, and Nell, who's just some lady from the planet, suddenly gets stuck on a starship, and she's like, "Oh my god, I have no idea what's going on." She's freaking out, and these characters all get warped up right here, and not one of them has a single question. They're just like, "Yep, okay, all right. Well, I guess they're gonna help. I guess we'll just get our information when we get it." The doors open the same. There's just no spectacle at all.
The bridge.
Captain Picard, sir,
Well then,
we have a problem.
So where should we start?
We'll answer anything we are allowed to.
I'll go first. What is this place?
It's rather difficult to explain, but we often refer to it as a ship.
A ship? Who knew there were such advanced civilizations outside the Vestilian continent? You're not from Hadamal then, are you?
No, we're not. How do I put this? We come from a place that none of you've ever heard of.
I see. Discoveries truly do await us around every corner. Maybe he was right when he told me that fieldwork is of the utmost import.
No surprise whatsoever.
This is moving as we speak?
Indeed.
Your civilization is so much more advanced than ours in Sontarol. I'm kind of shocked, but I have to say it's also an honor to be the only one at the Institute to experience this.
This morning, I was the head of signatology or whatever, and by lunchtime, I am but a voice in the choir.
Is this a map?
Smart, stylish, and intuitive.
And it has been a bad day.
Triple threat.
All of my
This
friends
was our
have
location
been
before we
attacked
were transported.
by a guy that thinks we're all huge idiots.
And this is the Trey-Kerr region. We think this is where Little Miss Starlight came from.
Where I came from?
Of all the areas within the continent's arid region from which the snowy Aheeds are visible, I'd say it's most probable that she's from this one.
There's no electromagnetic response from anywhere in it, though.
The facility could very well be cloaked.
I suppose. If that's true, then we've no choice but to investigate it ourselves.
And Miki?
You can trust that our medical technology will safely revive her.
All right, I will.
Delacroix, prepare to transfer.
Aye, aye.
Anne, take us to the transport room.
Yes, sir.
And we're off.
Who let you run a spaceship? That's irresponsible.
The transporter on deck 2.
You've gotten better at making the right decision, I see.
You call violating the UP3 the right decision?
Sometimes the rules are worth breaking.
I still don't fully comprehend why. But somehow, I knew that was the only choice I could make.
Your understanding
It's
of it
almost
needn't
like
be complete.
the writers didn't know how to write you out of your situation. It's almost like they could have said that
Please
one of
follow
you guys was from the Federation, and that Captain Emerson here was just a rogue that landed on the planet, and maybe you were chasing him. Maybe there could have been an interesting story there. But no.
Hey,
no,
this
we
is
got
the room
nothing.
we started out in.
Everyone, please step onto this platform.
Oh, I guess
Begin
it's supposed to-
transport.
Yes, sir.
Engage the transporters.
We're in...
Is this the place we saw on that map of yours earlier?
Certainly looks like Trey-Kerr to me.
The coordinates match, so this is indeed the same place as on the map.
But the real issue here is whether or not it has any relation to Relia.
Let's hope it does for our sake as well as hers. I don't want to inspect every grain of sand in this desert only to come up empty-handed.
So,
Comb
what are we
the
looking for?
desert.
It's difficult to explain, but please inform us if anything about this vicinity seems off to you.
Well, I guess we'll do what we can.
I'll help, too.
But I mean, we've never been here. Okay, so we can fast travel now. Oh boy. I have to... I think this might have been as far as I got when I originally played this game. I don't know. I don't remember going much further than this. Kind of incredible. Where are we headed? I guess we're going to go to that point on the map that is at the bottom left corner. That would make sense since all the exits are blocked right now. So let's do that. Not going to worry about harvesting or anything else right now. There's no quests to do. We're going to backtrack through all this stuff eventually.
Could you elaborate on seems off?
Like if something were to impede your physical progress, even though nothing appears to be in your way.
Yeah, I still don't get it.
You mean like those red ring barriers every time you want to tell me something?
Sorry, that's not the way to go.
I would call that a pretty big barrier to going where we're going to go. You want to explain that one,
I don't
pal?
think that's where we're headed.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's not here.
I've seen this place before.
You have?
I think so. But I might be wrong.
Well, if you have seen it before, then we can probably find something about your mom and dad here.
Okay, I'll search really hard.
Now you're just giving her false hope. Yeah.
Hardly worth it.
We're just supposed to wander around in the desert until we find something.
Boys, they're always so curious.
That's your response to me trying to leave the town? I'm so genuinely confused how this game just doesn't have any direction.
Explain seems off.
For example, if you can touch something where it looks like there's nothing.
So,
You're talking
think
about
of it
the
like an
spaceship.
invisible wall?
Exactly.
I'm not sure I know what I'm looking for, but I'll do my best.
We all know what we're looking for. I'm sure it's not actually going to be invisible. It's going to be shimmery. Yeah, we went this way and they said no.
Just
You
hold
may
on,
not
sir.
go this
That's
way.
not the right way.
That's so immersion breaking.
Could this be what? Hey, Anne!
One of those red rings on the ground. Deal with that.
There's no doubting that this is it.
Yes.
You're the best, Fidel.
It shouldn't take long to neutralize its cloaking effect.
Looks like the facility itself is buried underground. And this is the entrance to the place.
I'll unlock it.
Relia!
After Little Miss Starlight.
Wow. What a terrible child.
Relia, you can't do that. You're gonna make us worry if you go off on your own.
I was here. I used to live here.
Jackpot.
Okay. One of the rooms in this facility should be hers.
I can't help but think this resembles the Institute.
Could it be?
Could it be what?
No. It's nothing worth mentioning.
Like, the lack of care that any single character gives to their scenario here is just alarming. And I get that, you know, in the world of the characters, they already have environments that look like this with moving doors. I think that was a huge mistake. Just so poorly thought out, or so poorly thought out. How it works into the story.
That wasn't even worth the effort.
Hardly. Why can't they all be this easy?
Stronger?
I mean, I'd really love to see this kind of a game. Another Star Ocean game where someone was brought on that actually knows how to write a science fiction story to save their life. I mean, clearly they're taking inspiration from Star Trek. I mean, they're using all of the language of Star Trek. And yet they're not managing to do anything interesting with it at all. Not even copy one of the stories.
Just as I expected.
Oh no, the Prime Directive has literally been butchered and chopped into pieces on the floor. We're just gonna casually look at this giant machine here, and not a single character is gonna say anything about it. Like, I understand that they have magic, but even so, this is ridiculous. I think if there was a PS2 RPG that I could compare this to that was like really bad.
Looks like I'm gaining on my father.
You know, because that was really the golden age of the RPG. And, like, not every single one of them was a 10 out of 10 for sure. There were a lot of like kind of mediocre ones, but I don't know. I think like I never got very far into Romance and Saga. I think those games were not very good. I seem to recall. I was really not into their art style. Ephemeral Fantasia. I think that was a game. That was the game where you played as a character whose name was Mouse, and he played like a guitar or something as a weapon. That was a bad game. This is on the level of something like Ephemeral Fantasia. And the thing is, Ephemeral Fantasia may be a terrible game, but it makes me want to play it. Like, I kind of want to play that game now. I don't really feel that encouraged to finish this game, but I mean, I probably will. Apparently, it's not very long. In all honesty, like everything that is not the story isn't that bad. The combat is boring for sure, but it's, I mean, like, I don't really play these games for amazing combat. If I were more you know, if I cared more about that stuff, then I would say this is awful, but I don't know, it's just passes the time, and it gives me plenty of opportunity to talk over it, because there's nothing interesting or complex going on I have to focus on.
Fidel, let me help.
It's not like a complex character action game where you gotta sustain combos and things. It's just hit button, do combo. Yeah, having a map of the entire interior of even your dungeons is so underwhelming. Like, it robs you of any experience of like, ooh, wander around, find a chest or whatever. Like knowing that there's no chest in this room, why would I even bother to look at it? Except that I don't believe
what in
that
the
they would create
ever-loving
something with
world
no
were those
information.
Kronos bastards researching here anyway?
Signets, maybe? No. We shouldn't jump to conclusions before we even start to look around.
What a breach of protocol.
Yeah. Evidence against him continues to emerge from the woodwork. But I say we prioritize Relia first.
As you wish.
Why are they all the way over there having that conversation and I can't reach them? So strange.
I still have a lot more to learn.
I refuse to stop here.
Definitely want to save, make sure I don't die in the middle of a cheap battle. Like Miki. Oh my god, this room.
Relia!
My friends. My toys. My sister.
Did something come back to you, Relia?
Pardon me?
What's this about a sister?
Can't get to the chest.
This is...
An observation room. And judging by the toys, I'd say one used to specifically monitor children.
Maybe we can data mine the system if the console still works.
Let me try.
I wonder... why isn't there a single person? Wait a second. It's a trap. Get ready. We got company. Get out. He's really safe.
What? 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 What just happened? Are you kidding me? I don't know what I'm supposed to say about this. Why did that happen? Why did it move me to the title screen? This game is not finished. This game is awful. Like, okay.
Relia!
Back in here.
My friends. My toys. My sister.
Did something come back to you, Relia? What's this about a sister?
This is...
An observation room. And judging by the toys, I'd say one used to specifically monitor children.
Maybe we can data mine the system if the console still works.
Let me try.
I wonder, why isn't there a single person? Wait a second. It's a trap. Get ready. We got company. Fidel, keep really safe.
Oh, protect
Can't.
What?
Look into that while you stretch to death.
Are you kidding me? That's the problem? What are you supposed to do there? You're not given any warning at all. That's awful. That's worse than just saying, oh, you got a game over because you fought them, or oh, you got a game over because you died because they did a big attack at the beginning. That's just, oh, protect Anne. Bam, she's dead. What? This is inexcusable. This is not finished. This game is just not finished. Let's try this again. Now that I know that, I want to know how this goes. I have a feeling this is where I quit in my other save file. If I die here, I'm gonna load it up and find out. 'Cause this is ridiculous.
Relia!
My friends. My toys.
I'm gonna stand
My
here
sister.
until you
Did
start your
something come
battle.
back to you, Relia? What's this about a sister?
This is...
Back, can I set battle skills? I've got nothing
An
that's like a
observation
block.
room. And judging by the toys, I'd say one used to specifically monitor children.
Maybe we can data mine the system if the console still works.
Let me try.
I wonder, why isn't there a single person? Wait a second. It's a trap. Get ready. We got company.
Like, oh my god, they're going straight for her.
Get out.
What am I supposed to do?
And look into that while you're
She's already at like, oh my god, we're all dead. We're all dead. How is this possible? She's almost dead right now. And I'm knocked out. God, this is a terrible battle. Oh my god, she's almost dead. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Take it. Oh my god. That would have been the end of the game. That would have been game over again. Just because this thing won't move. It just keeps doing damage. I can't do damage fast enough to it. Most of my team's dead. This is so ridiculous. What is going on? Do I have any more? Oh. One of these. Still can't use items. Like I can't use items fast enough to heal all of the damage that these things are doing in one hit. This is such a terrible, terrible battle. And now I'm dead. Who thought this was okay? Who thought it was okay? Alright, I need to get out of here and use a healing item again. I'm like blowing through everything I've got. get up. Like I can't get against the guard break because I can't get up in time. Oh my god, come on, get... You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. This is ridiculous. This is completely ridiculous. I'm gonna load another save file. I want to see where I got. It sure looks like the same save file, just with a lot more hours into it. Where are we at in terms of... Oh yeah. Like, look, this is the same crew. Ceramic sword. I bet that's my destination. Where was I at in quests? Yeah. That's where I quit. That's where I quit the game the first time. I mean, that's all I can think of, without direct evidence. That's so bad. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do now. Like, do I just quit and just not play anymore? Because, like, that's awful. This game's not built for that kind of combat system.
Really?
My plan this time is going to be, instead of playing as Fidel the entire time and spamming the attack, I'm going to switch to Fiore and just focus on healing the party.
What's this about a sister?
This is...
an observation room. And judging by the toys, I'd say one used to specifically monitor
And to have
children.
us do this battle when our healer is
Maybe
not
we can
got
data mine the
permission.
system if the console still works.
Let me try.
I wonder... why isn't there a single person? Wait a second. It's a trap. Get ready. We got company.
Oh, you know what? Half the problem here is that my party is already at bad health.
Look into that while you're extracting data.
Will do.
Like, oh my god, she just took like 50% of her health in one hit.
Think I'll let you get away?
Let's just keep hitting her with the stems. Like, this is inexcusable. This is inexcusably bad.
This is gonna no one will I'll help you.
Alright, gotta heal her up again.
I'll help you. So much pain.
Oh boy. Riveting battle here. Am I wrong? Is there something I was doing wrong? Don't feel like it. I mean, I certainly didn't have everyone healed up to full before we went in, but that's I don't know. I had never expected any of this to be a problem. And even when they were healed up to full, like it's still doing like 50% damage. That aerial gunner. If they wanted this to be a defense mission, then it should have been a defense mission where you deal with like waves of enemies, not just bam, you got 5 guys and three giant tanks in front of you that are going to all shoot at you simultaneously and stomp you, stun lock you so that you can't do anything. This is absolutely terrible counter design. And now it's just boring. It's just
You find anything?
Wow, that was not
It's a
fun.
trap after all. The building's gonna detonate after a silent countdown.
So they can dispose of both the evidence and the opposition. Not bad.
Their encryption's top-notch, so disarming the system will take time.
The data?
I retrieved it. But there's not much time left until the detonation.
The security robots must be here to ensure we don't get out in time. Charles D. Gaulle, this is Emerson.
They're jamming our signal.
I guess we'll have to leave on our own 2 feet.
Countdown in progress. T-minus 18 minutes.
Make a run for the exit. We need to get the hell out of here before we're blown sky high.
Maybe you gave me the chance to do that. Oh, man. Like, what a terrible spiking drama for no reason. This isn't worth doing that. This isn't like this isn't the battle that should have happened. You know, I don't want to quote David Cage here in his whole game overs are a failure of the game design or whatever. That's not what I think. If it was a legitimate challenge, I would have gone, you know what, that's okay. I get it. It's difficult, whatever. But it's just out of nowhere, insane. Oh, look at that. That was the same enemy, and I just wiped the floor with it. Whereas that other battle, like, nearly insta-killed, and it's just bad in counter design. So terrible. It's not like these basic jobber enemies are difficult, so.
Emerson, I'll try to help.
Alright, where are we headed? We're out that way. It's crammed full of encounters for all space. But I mean, I guess, you know, for this game, that's a full dungeon, which is a little upsetting too. I gotta just dodge this encounter. Okay.
The exit is here. Keep running, even after we're out of here.
Yeah, I really feel like that was probably the battle that I quit the game on. Because I probably didn't save. And I can't believe that I saved right there too. So if I had not, I would be quitting and not playing again.
Come in, Charles de Gaulle. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. This is the Charles de Gaulle.
Transport the 5 of us out of here before this explosion does it for us.
Right away, sir.
I'm so glad everyone's okay.
On the other hand, all our leads have gone up in flames.
They're burnt all black and stuff.
What sort of research was going on at that facility anyway?
We haven't analyzed the documents yet, so all I can do is speculate as to the building's purpose. But I assume it belonged to a group called Kronos.
Kronos?
That's their name. It's a long story. So let me tell it while we're en route to sickbay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoops.
That's over. We're saving right now.
Deck 12, sickbay.
We're with an organization called the Pan-Galactic Federation, and come from far away in the sky.
If we hadn't already experienced what we have with you, I'd say you're telling the biggest whopper ever.
When you look up at the sky, you can see a lot of lights, right? Well, we're from one of those astral lights, as is Kronos, albeit a different one. To people far, far away, your home is also an astral light.
And we have termed your particular orb of light Fate Creed 4.
The Pan-Galactic Federation and Kronos signed a charter that forbids either party from entering the other's territory or the neutral zone between them.
And they broke it.
We obtained information stating that Kronos was clandestinely operating on Fate Creed 4.
And when we came to investigate, well, you know.
I understand that you guys and Kronos are enemies, but
wait a minute,
mind
what
explaining
planet
what all
is
this has to
Kronos
do with
in,
Relia?
Star Trek.
Little Miss Starlight was living in that laboratory of theirs.
Relia is most likely a living test subject for some of Kronos' experiments.
Not the Klingon home,
And
right?
Sorry. That was uncalled for.
A test subject?
That's Kronos.
All for the sake of creating signets.
This is now far beyond the realm of simply trying to reunite a young runaway girl with her parents.
Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's just ripping wholesale Star Trek stuff for this, and I'm fine with that. It's just that its story is so bafflingly bad.
Whoops.
Mickey. I didn't
Mickey
mean for you
Mouse.
to get hurt. This is all my fault. Sorry.
Why does your face look bad now?
You don't say sorry in this situation, Relia. You say thank you.
Oh, thank you, Mickey.
You're very welcome.
You're okay.
You're here, Fiddly.
Emerson and Anne are the ones who saved you. If they hadn't been around, we wouldn't have been able to do anything for you.
That's what I heard from the people here. Thank you so very much.
Don't thank us. It's our fault in the first place. I have something I need to say. We want Relia to stay in our custody.
What? Where'd you get that crazy idea?
She's being chased by an organization called Kronos. As for who they are and how they relate to us, ask Fidel. He knows already.
How does any of that matter in the least?
You've seen firsthand how persistent those reprobates can be. Relia is so significant to them that they're willing to go through all of this for her. And now that they've failed multiple times, they'll start taking even more drastic measures.
But still...
Kronos possesses nearly the same level of technology that we do. As long as they think the ends justify the means, you won't be able to stop them from taking her. We, however, can. Furthermore, your country will no longer be attacked if we have her.
The first sound
I want to
logic
stay
ever.
here. Relia?
Promise you'll take care of her?
With all my heart.
Then I leave her in your charge.
Let's get you home.
We're very grateful to have met the both of you.
We owe you a debt of gratitude.
Just wait until my technological discoveries surpass even yours.
Please see that no harm comes to Relia.
We will. You take care down there.
All the best.
Relia, you take care of yourself. Miki.
Grab happiness by the horn.
Fidel.
What?
Bye-bye, Relia. So long.
That was what you decided to say? That was your parting words? Grab happiness by the horn?
Fidel.
I don't know. I don't know, man. This game. This game has broken me. It's terrible. It's so bad. This game is the Garzy's wing of RPGs.
Relia, I'm very sorry, but you're not allowed to be here.
Captain, our sensors have detected abnormal energy disturbances. The possibility that they're caused by mechanical activity, as opposed to a natural phenomenon, is 87.32%.
I'm acting.
What do you make of it?
Actor
My guess
man.
is Chrono's cloaking technology.
Use impulse engines to change our trajectory. Enable our shields as well. We're going on red alert.
Engine output reduced by half. Modifying course.
Now raising shields to 80% Omni. We're currently at 30%, sir.
Everyone assume battle stations. Tactical display on screen. Enemy starboard. Engines to full power. Raise shields to 100%.
Starboard side hit. Shields operating at 97%.
Loading of enemy torpedoes confirmed.
Anne, any info on the torpedoes?
Nothing at the moment.
Change course to 90 Mark 45. We're going to their port side.
Current speed at 0.87. We're approximately 3 minutes from Faithlessness 5.
The enemy has launched 8 torpedoes our way, all proceeding at course 360.
Another 8 torpedoes incoming. Following course 50, Mark 270.
Employing Hadean tactics, I see. Looks like someone in Kronos knows his way around a Starfleet battle.
Enemy phase cannon fire has been detected.
Phase cannon beam impact 135 degrees to starboard. Shields now at 94%.
Oh, crap. All right, we're gonna have to let a couple of torpedoes through. I guess all we can do is pray theirs don't pack too much of a punch. Load 4 photon torpedoes. Set the first to slow, put it on a course for the flagship's 8 torpedoes. Set the second one for slow as well and aim it at the second round of torpedoes.
Prepped and ready.
Great. Fire rounds 1 and 2.
Firing rounds 1 and 2. 5 seconds until contact. 3, 2, 1, 0. 10 enemy torpedoes still remain.
There shouldn't be anywhere near that many.
Who knew their AI was that good?
5 seconds until contact. 3, 2,
Everyone,
1.
brace for impact! Damage report.
It's just like real Star Trek where they don't animate the battle scenes.
Shields reduced to 57%. Warp drive is operational.
All that damage from 2 measly torpedoes?
Yakagi evaded all torpedoes.
The Nimitz took one hit that reduced its shields to 34%. Its warp drive has sustained heavy damage. Now only its impulse engines remain operable.
Even if they're top of the line, our ships are still mainly research vessels. They don't stand a snowball's chance in hell against 3 battlecruisers.
Transmission from their flagship.
Before we open communications, shut down our warp drive.
Captain, you can't be serious.
Do it now.
Aye, aye, sir. Initiating emergency warp drive shutdown. Shields at 5%.
Okay, now bring them up on screen.
This is Captain Aaron of the Kronos Interstellar Army's ship Darivolos.
Emerson T. Kenny, captain of the Federation vessel Charles de Gaulle.
Kenny, you say? Well, well, what an honor it is to meet a gentleman as influential as you. A shame I can't see your face with all that egg of defeat smeared on it.
Thanks for the concern.
I believe you know what we came here for.
She's yours.
Captain!
But in return, I'd like a favor.
What's that?
The warp drives of this and another of our ships took a great deal of damage. Enough to render interstellar navigation impossible. I ask you to please let us leave this sector on the one ship with a fully functional warp drive.
Run a scan.
The warp drives for their first and third ships are indeed down.
I'll permit the other ship's crews to go. I regret to inform you, however, that yours will have to stay behind.
That's fine with me, but how should we handle the exchange?
Your crew will transport over to my ship, starting with you.
Then we'll start moving within transport range of your vessel.
Fret not, for we shall do the moving. All you need do is lower your shields and wait until we are in range and contact you again. Don't pull anything funny in the meantime.
How far away is the enemy from us?
We are approximately 0.34 AU away from the Darivolos, sir.
That's 10 minutes at quarter speed, or 5 at half. The crew of the Nimitz is to board the Akagi at once, using any means necessary.
Yes, sir.
Once everyone's boarded, the Akagi is to warp out as soon as possible and head for remote Station 5.
What of the Charles de Gaulle's crew?
We'll use escape pods and land on Faithlessness 5. Send someone later to pick us up.
The Darivolos and the rest of its fleet have begun moving toward our vessel at quarter speed, Captain.
10 minutes, 47 seconds until they're within range.
Open a comm link to the whole ship.
Will do, sir. You're on.
Attention, all crew members. You will now begin boarding the nearest escape pod and prepare to abandon ship. Do not eject, however, until I give the command. That is all.
Captain, you wouldn't be...
Took you long enough. You should have realized his intention when he cut power to the warp drive.
This is our only option. Will you help?
You have to go down
Everyone
the
but
ship.
Anne and Delacroix, board an escape pod. Computer, bring up the self-destruct sequence settings.
Access to the self-destruct sequence requires the authorization of at least 3 Federation officers. In addition...
Nix the briefing. Emerson T. Kenny of the Pan-Galactic Federation. Rank, Captain.
Authorized.
Tiffin Delacroix of the Pan-Galactic Federation. Rank, Lieutenant Commander.
Authorized.
So let me get this straight. In addition to violating the Underdeveloped Planet Preservation Pact, we're going to add another federal offense to our rap sheets?
It's our only choice.
Anne Patriciani of the Pan-Galactic Federation. Rank, Lieutenant.
Identities confirmed. Access to self-destruct sequence settings granted.
I want a 12-minute silent countdown for a warp drive overload sequence. The sequence code is Alpha, Tango, Quebec, Zulu, 4915. Direct the blast this way.
Settings applied. Command required to initiate, with another code needed to disarm.
Start. Delacroix, get to an escape pod. Anne, get little Miss Starlight and come with me.
Yes, sir.
They're all yours now.
May the goddess of victory smile upon us.
Oh my god, I have to control her. Oh no. Oh no. That was our little child's play at a Star Trek. Yeah. Captain Emerson of the Starship Goal is doing his little Captain Kirk negotiation with Mr. Alien, with Mr. Romulan. Really.
Deck 1, cargo bay.
Oh my god, she has Pac-Man.
Synchronize the launch
No,
of
it's
the
not
escape
Pac-Man.
pods so it occurs right before we transport. Make sure one shuttle launches along with them too. I'll also need you to set the launch angle of both the pods and the shuttle to 180 degrees from the Kronos fleet.
Will do.
Next, have it look like we and Relia will transport to the Daravolos, but actually transport us to the shuttle.
Transport us to a fast-moving object? Impossible.
Have the shuttle brake right before we transport, so it slows down enough to stabilize its coordinates. We should still be able to escape as long as we accelerate afterwards.
That's theoretically possible, but...
With your programming skills, Anne, I know you're able to turn theory into reality. You're the only one who can make this work.
I'll try my best to get us through this. Somehow.
You're not gonna try. You're gonna do. If the shuttle's too fast, we'll materialize in outer space. But if we slow it down too much, we'll get caught in the blast and completely disintegrate along with the enemy ships.
For the love of... Just how many miracles do we need here?
None. Not a single one of these obstacles is too much for us to overcome by ourselves.
I'm so confused.
Leave everything to me, kiddo. I'll keep you safe and sound.
Like Fidel did?
Yes, exactly like Fidel did.
I'm finished.
I knew you'd be done in no time.
Thanks for the compliment, sir.
Now, let's hurry to the transport room. Deck 2, transport room. Kenny to the Akagi.
Yes?
How are things coming?
Done in 6 minutes.
Do it in 4 or you'll be cosmic dust.
I'll make sure they do, sir.
I won't be able to give any further commands, so figure out the timing and warp out at your own discretion. Time to show us what you're made of and reprogram the transporter, Anne. Have it display coordinates that are in the Daravolos, but set the real ones to inside the shuttle.
I know what to do.
Are we just gonna ignore the fact that we are committing an act of war? And no one's going to talk about that act of war. You know what? I better save.
We have an incoming transmission from the Daravolos.
Bring it up.
Have you yet to finish your preparations, Captain Kenny? Our ship is now within the established 30,000-click secure transport radius. You may begin transport now.
I know. Sadly, we don't have sufficient energy to do that. I request permission to engage warp drive.
Fine, but don't even think of raising your shields.
We won't.
Your warp drive is on, and your transport coordinates are indeed correct. Now send us our test subject.
We'll be right over in a mere 20 seconds.
Captain Airy, we've determined that escape pods are launching from the Charles de Gaulle.
You what? What in the hell is going
8,
on?
7.
What are you filthy
6,
swine perpetrating?
5.
Answer me, Kenny! What
4,
have you done?
3.
How could you have not anticipated this?
1.
Please forgive me, General!
Good work, Anne. All right, Warp 1.1. Let's head to Faithlessness 4.
The Charles de Gaulle.
We did it.
We made it without a single scratch, thanks to your awareness and acuity, sir.
We blew up not 1, not 2, but 3 giant spaceships full of soldiers.
Old friend.
We big war criminals now. Captain Emerson, let's meet Captain Janeway.
Captain, just so you know, the shuttle has now officially been cloaked.
Thanks for the update. Kenny to the Akagi. Do you read me?
I do, loud and clear.
I'm glad you guys are okay.
Our sentiments exactly, Captain. I'm also pleased to report we're safely on our way to Remote Station 5.
That's great news.
We lack adequate power for subspace transmissions, and we're about to lose our signal. So let me say one thing first. We've already filed a request with the aforementioned base to mobilize a rescue squad. They're scheduled to arrive in a few days.
While you're at it, put in a request for you-know-what.
You don't mean the Model G, do you? That's ludicrous. They'll never approve that. It hasn't undergone a single test flight.
Make the request.
I suppose it can't hurt to ask. Oh, and there's something of the utmost import I need to discuss.
We lost them. I don't understand why you wouldn't say the most important thing first if you're about to go out of range.
I think he would have if you hadn't made that demand.
Well, there's no use thinking about what might have been. We should probably lay low somewhere until the rescue team from Remote Station 5 comes.
Yes, sir.
Oh no, Relia!
It can't be. She's transporting.
Good job, dummies.
How could I be so careless as to overlook the transport tracker? What an elementary mistake.
One of the 3 ships apparently got their shields up in time, I see.
Unlike the Darivolos, the other 2 ships might have already had them up in case of an emergency. Even if we weren't on the bridge, I should have looked over the data more thoroughly. Still, they should have sustained a decent amount of damage from the overload. I doubt they'll be able to warp out of this sector anytime soon.
Maybe so, but we can't do anything without our own ship.
There was no point.
You say
any of
those
that.
gleaming sticks came from this so-called Kronos. I find this quite difficult to believe.
I saw it with my own 2 eyes. How's the front line?
The troops with the gleaming sticks supposedly vanished right after we did. Once the Tricurans were deprived of their secret weapon, they were no longer a match for our military strength.
So you held them off?
We did, and now a plan is in motion to invade Eastern Tricur. goes well, they will be forced to retreat from our border. Speaking of Eastern Tracur, I was just about to head there.
Allow me to take part in the invasion with you.
Take part?
I assume they would want me to come along as a reinforcement anyway.
Rasuli is our homeland, and Fiore's a good friend. So I have more than enough reasons to fight too.
Very well then. I doubt anyone will oppose the addition of reserves. I'll let my superiors know.
Thank you.
The faster we can join everyone, the better. Therefore, let's make for Eastern Tracur post-haste. I'll give you the details on the way.
Oh, well, okay then. There's so much to unpack there. You know, like they really tried to do a big epic Star Trek moment and failed completely. And then just Deus Ex Machina the child away. Like, you know, his communicator got shut off and then she warped out. Like, I don't know. It's just like, and the fact that it just wholesale picks up all this stuff from Star Trek, and you're actually like paying attention and trying to understand what he's saying and what they want to do, like, it does for the most part make sense. It's just, I don't know, it just feels so anticlimactic. Not to mention, if you're consulting with people who have invaded past your borders in the neutral zone, like, that's an act of war.
Battle requires us to split our army in two. Master Camuse will command the main force, which will charge head-on at the enemy, overwhelming them with numbers and distracting them.
I figured as much.
The villains are cartoons.
Our detachment will infiltrate the Kingdom of Tracur by passing through the Western Dekov Tunnel. This will put us on the other side of the Imperial troops in Eastern Tracur, allowing us to attack from behind.
Okay.
To reach the tunnel, we must venture beyond sword of view until we come to a fork
Happy
in the
time,
road.
okay?
Then we head southwest. Mobility will be of the utmost importance in arriving at our objective. Therefore, we will move in small units. We are to rendezvous with the other detachment members at Eastern Tracur. I would rather not be the last ones there, so let us make haste.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, we're back. Can I go out of this exit now? It really makes me think that since they don't give you access to a world map that tells you where these cities are, that they really didn't think about that. And like, okay, so we had our characters beamed down to the planet in order to go into that little facility that got exploded, and my guess is the whole point was to introduce the player to the beaming mechanic, right? Like that's the most obvious thing is, oh look, you're gonna be able to beam down to any location you've been to before, but like, that was such a bad place for it, and then now we don't have access to it again, like immediately after. So then what was the point of all that? And it breaks up the epic reveal of, oh my god, you're on a spaceship, by saying, you know, the only question that they get to ask is after they've already been back down, Miki has been healing in sick bay. It's like once Miki is healed, that's when there's able to get questions answered. It's like there's no urgency to investigate that facility, except that once they get there, it's going to explode. So It's just like, it's like the plot, it's like plot points were written and then they just didn't figure out how to get the characters to those points. It's so weird. What are we doing? Alright, this way. Bees! Kill the bees!
That was it?
I must use this gift to protect others.
Does that clear out any other quests for me? No. This must be the group over here, or the Scoob Brothers or something. Dastardly Scoob Brothers.
Never strike!
This part's
Could have been worse, I guess.
Now my clothes are all dirty.
Once we're beyond Sword of View, we should head southwest to find the Western Dakov Tunnel.
You guys really just hanging out here?
Sorry.
I really have to ask again, like, why was there a battle here? Why was this the location for the battle? It really doesn't make any sense.
Sorry.
Better save. This game is exhausting. I mean, I'm having fun with all of its absolute bonkers terribleness, but it is exhausting. Alright, we got a mini dungeon. Well, because I'm going to finish up story here, I'm just going to plow through the dungeon as quickly as I can. Can't avoid this. Sure, I'll get to level up my weapons when we get to the next time.
Battle nourishes the warrior.
Make sure I'm going the right way. I might as well pick up this chest while I'm over here.
Enemy spotted. Everyone at the ready. Double slash!
That was a piece of cake.
Haha, didn't hit me. Just so many enemies. Maybe I do want to save. Okay. Oh man, this is a battle. These are big damage sponges. Can I have Anne back, please? She does damage. Oh, that was a bad attack. Is this just like the boss of this level or whatever? We have time to use an item. Don't get in. Now all of our focus can be on this track. We almost done
battle nourishes the warrior.
Feels good to be
I
so
must
strong.
use this gift to protect others.
Yeah, that was clearly like the little boss of this area or whatever. No introduction, no lore, no nothing. Weird. I mean, I know that's really common. It's just, it's so much more
We should head
awkward when you just walk into it
That
and
way
battle
we'll arrive
starts.
at the far end of Eastern Tracur, and we can rendezvous with the other members of the detachment.
You mean rendezvous with Emerson and Anne? I just want to get to a town, man. We got Guardians.
Show me what you got. That wasn't even worth the effort.
Where are we headed? Oh. Like right over here. Yep, here they are. Oh no, these are your signaturgy buddies.
All soldiers form up! Don't let the enemy use their gleaming sticks. If by chance you do, don't let them hit you. No matter what. Those weapons may be intimidating when wielded by a group, but they're nothing individually. Remember, we have chosen this plan precisely because it provides the main force a strategic advantage. Should we fail, all it will provide them is a swift death. Now go and do us proud! We shall now commence Operation Snake Eyes. All units, move out!
I'll move out when the red circle tells me I can.
Lady Brunelli, Fidel, Miki, let's move.
Okay. Oh, I really wanted that check. Yeah, where exactly are we headed? Are we just battling? Or is that what we're doing right now? Looks like it. Yep.
That can wait until the battle's over.
Good job. Your entire plan has failed not once, but every single time you have to come up with a plan. Why should you ever trust them? They have proved consistently untrustworthy. Why are they talking during this battles? Thank God I had subtitles on. I would never have understood any of that.
What are you doing? There are hardly any of them. Trample them if you have to.
Same bad guy as before. Acts the same.
Form a wall around me. Do your duty and protect me.
Good job, Fiore.
We need to take out as much of the enemy as possible before that together we'll show them the wrath before that storm.
Let's finish this operation as quickly as possible.
That might just work.
Get ready to get ridiculous.
Job.
Rasulian soldiers have been spotted infiltrating the eastern gates. We'll be caught between two separate forces if we don't do something.
I'll show those plane squatters mercy this time. Come on, you bastards. Let's bolt.
This is voice acting.
You promised us.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, now might be a good time to punch him. Punch him. Come on, do it.
If you're not gonna punch the living daylights out of them, then I definitely will. What are you doing? Why won't you let me at them?
Punching them won't solve any of our problems, Miki. The only thing it'll prove is that your fist can bruise just like anyone else's.
What are we going to do now?
It seemed as if we vastly underestimated the extent to which Kronos values Relia. We never thought they would go to such lengths to obtain her. And as you already know, we have neither our ship nor a clue as to her whereabouts.
Great, so we can't do anything.
I assure you that rescuing Relia is just as important to the Federation as it is to you.
So you'll help us pry her from
why?
the clutches?
Of course.
Sadly, we have no leads.
Did you also lose all that stuff along with your ship?
What stuff?
You know, the data we retrieved from the laboratory before it exploded. Do you still have any of it?
Ah.
Oh, how unlike me. That completely slipped my mind.
Oh my god.
I guess I got mentally tripped up too. So, we might have something after all, huh?
We'll go right to the Symbological Research Facility and review the data there.
How long will that take?
1 or 2 hours at most.
Please don't come back empty-handed.
I won't.
Okay, then let's reconvene in this room when we're done.
Situation permitting, I'll also lend a hand.
Thank you.
Oh my god. This plot.
left behind some transmissions between them and another facility.
What's that mean for us?
It means there's someone else involved.
I see. So you're implying that the enemy must have at least one more base of operations besides that research facility.
Is Relia there?
I can't say for sure. It is, however, worth investigating. Even if we don't find her, we'll likely come away with some helpful information anyway.
The unfortunate thing is we haven't identified its location.
But you know where to start, right? Let's hear it.
Very well. All signs point to Kronos engaging in the study of symbometrics.
Symbometrics?
We have techniques that resemble what the people on your planet have termed signaturgy, but we call them symbology. Examining those techniques scientifically and systemizing them is called symbometrics. Regrettably for us, Kronos' advancements in this field make us seem like barbarians by comparison.
So you can't analyze them?
Sadly, no.
Wow. From my point of view, you two can do almost anything.
We have no recourse since there is no database from which to draw precedent. Also, I'd venture your planet's signaturgy is almost as advanced as our symbology.
You think so?
If my theory is correct, then we could analyze the various energy wave patterns emitted by signaturgical techniques and run them past the quad scanner's AI, which might allow us to detect some waves that Kronos' symbology-based equipment could not. Fiore, would you be willing to impart the full extent of your signaturgical knowledge to us for this purpose?
If you were just a nosy scholar, my only response would be 3 swift kicks to the shins. But for Relia's sake, I'll do it.
Thank you so very much.
I'm getting butterflies in my stomach just thinking how my knowledge could open up a new world to everyone.
Then I shall get started on the recording process immediately. Afterwards, I'll set to analyzing all the information we obtained. A word of caution, though. Depending on the volume of data, the process could take an exceedingly long time.
Well, it is what it is. No helping that. So how much time do you think you'll need?
I assume one night will be sufficient.
All night?
It would only be an instant if we had our ship.
There's no need to get anxious now. Let's get some sleep and then reconvene on the morrow.
Alright, well, for now, I think this is where I'm going to end for the night. This game is ridiculous. I'm going to continue this. I don't know when next time I do that will be. I've got a lot of work this week, and it's probably going to make it difficult to do streams for the next few days. But I definitely want to see this through to its eventual conclusion. Let's see what it says for my save file. 10.5 hours. I can't imagine I played much longer than that in these other files. I don't remember any of this stuff happening in my other files, so who knows? I don't think I could have spent all that time grinding, but you never know. Anyway, I think that'll do it for me today. Thank you for sticking around and watching, and I'll see you next time.